What's the truth? Obviously, if you keep saying God is perfect and doesn't need anything, then you've basically said, he's irrelevant to me. He's perfect. He doesn't need anything. So why am I talking to him? So what have I got to say to him? Nothing I do is going to make a difference anyway. He's perfect. So it turns out like this. Judaism says God doesn't need anything. You can't make him happy. You can't do anything for him. But if you don't behave, he will punish you so bad. What kind of monster is this? The only thing we know about God is that he gets angry. Other than that, he's nothing. He's perfect. He's untouchable. He has no moods. He has no feelings except anger. He sounds very depressed. He's in a severe depression. People who are severely depressed only feel anger. No, it's really, we make fun of Avodah Zarah. We make fun of idols. Why do we make fun of them? Because they don't breathe, they don't talk, they don't look, they don't hear. Are we saying the same thing about the Eibishter? He doesn't really care, he doesn't really need, he doesn't really get affected. What's the difference to him? You're turning him into an idol. But a perfect idol. He's like a perfect statue. Perfect. Except that he doesn't care. And we're supposed to love him? So he creates the whole world. He gives us 613 mitzvahs. He doesn't need any of it. What? What's going on? If a man comes to you and says, please marry me. He's on his knees. Please marry me. You have to marry me. Because I can't live without you. Would you marry him?
Do I know his name?
You want his phone number?
No, I want to know if I know the man first. Or we just...
No, just some guy on a bus.
Run for your life.
Run for your life. Why?
Because he has problems.
He has some very serious problems. You can't live without me. You need therapy. Not a wife. Obviously, you're hoping that he doesn't mean it literally. Right? You don't really mean that. What if you say, yeah, I do? You run away.
Your jacket.
Yes. But imagine a guy comes to you and says, please marry me. Please, you have to marry me. I can live without you. Well, thank you for your honesty. And go right ahead and live without me. Hatzlacha Rabbo, and I wish you the best, but why should I marry you? So what is marriage? If he needs you, he's a sicko. If he doesn't need you, then what do you need him?
That man doesn't know you.
No, I'm talking about somebody.
You're still stuck on that.
Not the guy on the bus. No.
No, you could need something, but still live without it.
You can need something, but you're not,
It's not
like
oxygen.
crazy.
It's not oxygen. It's kind of like the way you want to live and the things that you want to do and need. She or he is able to fulfill for you.
There should be there's a balance between need and want.
Yeah, like need and like I need.
It's not like I need you. It's like I need you because I want you.
But you see, that's starting to sound like these guys. He doesn't really need you. He makes like he needs you. You don't want to marry a guy like that. He almost needs you. He acts like he needs you.
So then what kind of guy do you want to marry?
Exactly. So here's what a man should say. A man should say to a woman, please marry me. You have to marry me. Because I can exist without you, but that's not a life. So it's not like, well, I can't make my own meals. I can't do my own laundry. I can exist without you. Obviously, I've existed until now. But my existence, as good as it is, doesn't have a purpose. It's not a life. So marry me and give my good existence a life, a purpose, a meaning, a soul. Now, the truth is that getting married actually does help you exist. It makes your existence easier. Two people helping each other. With God, you can't possibly think that by doing His mitzvahs, you're making His existence better. So we're told many, many, many times, God is infinite, Ein Sof, He's Bli Gvul. He exists forever and ever and ever and can do anything and doesn't need anything to exist. So if you do a mitzvah, he won't live longer. And if you do an Aveda, it won't kill him. Because his existence is independent of anything. He exists without creating the world. He doesn't need to create the world in order to exist. So that's like a man who comes to you and says, you know, I have a very good existence. I happen to be very wealthy. I own the biggest house in town. In fact, I own the whole town. I have enough money to live on for another 1,000 years.
I'll marry him then.
Enough said. Where's the ring? But all of that, for what? For whom? So please marry me. Because if you don't marry me, I have a perfect existence that is completely meaningless. For what? That's like, God forbid, a couple who are very successful, they have everything in life, but no children. How do they feel? Do they think, okay, I don't have any children, but I have a house, I have money? No.
What's the house for?
It's, yes. What good is a house? What good is money when you don't have children to give it to, or whatever, to pass it on to? So, when God says, I need you to do a mitzvah, and people say, what, if I don't do it, you're going to die? No. Don't help me exist. Give my existence some beauty. Give it some content, some meaning. And it's amazing. The better your existence is, the more you need something to give it. You know what I mean? If you don't have a big house and you're not very rich, are you looking for someone to give meaning to your life? Or are you still trying to get the big house? So you're busy. Once you get the big house, that's when you start getting depressed. Now what? So what was that for? What am I going to do with the house? So does God need your mitzvah, or is he perfect? The answer is yes. Yes, he's perfect. And yes, he desperately needs your mitzvah. How desperate? If you don't do the mitzvah, then his infinite, endless, perfect existence is meaningless. What for? So when God came to Har Sinai and said, please do my mitzvahs, he was proposing like a man who knows how to propose. He said, I'm God. You've heard of me? I'm God. Like, I'm everything. But for what? So if you don't marry me, this infinite, endless, amazing, perfect existence of mine, for what? So it's not a contradiction. If he's perfect, why does he need? If he needs, he's not perfect. A perfect man needs to get married. Because to be perfect and nothing ever changes and you don't share it with anybody else, what's the point? So what?